Hello, everyone. Welcome to the News Browse News broadcast. According to NHK, finance ministers from the Group of 7 countries and other officials have agreed to accelerate efforts to diversify supply chains for critical minerals, including rare earth elements. This decision comes with China's dominant market share in mind. A meeting on this issue was held in Washington on Friday, alongside the G7 and G20 finance ministers' gatherings this week. Japanese Finance Minister Katayama Satsuki co-chaired the meeting, which saw participation from critical mineral-producing nations and international financial institutions like the Asian Development Bank. Participants confirmed a collaborative approach between producing and importing countries to build diversified supply chains. Japan announced a commitment of $20 million to a new ADB project, which will provide technical support for mine and infrastructure development in producing countries. Minister Katayama emphasized that securing a wide range of stable suppliers not only strengthens supply security, but also promotes economic growth in these producing countries. Japan aims to take the initiative in providing funding and playing a leading role in these international efforts. Jinha Wenet reports that a new round of talks between the United States and Iran is expected to take place in Pakistan on Monday. CNN reported this development on Friday, citing anonymous Iranian sources familiar with the matter. According to the report, both U.S. and Iranian delegations are anticipated to arrive in Pakistan over the upcoming weekend in preparation for the discussions. However, the U.S. side has not yet officially confirmed that these talks are scheduled to occur. This information highlights ongoing diplomatic efforts or potential diplomatic engagements between the two nations, albeit with unconfirmed details from one party, as reported by Jinha Wenet. The Canadian press reports that Iran has fully reopened the Strait of Hormuz to commercial vessels, a critical waterway for global oil shipments. However, uncertainty remains regarding actual shipping freedom, as Tehran indicates it will retain some control and warned it could close the strait again if the U.S. continues its blockade on Iranian ships and ports. U.S. President Donald Trump affirmed the American blockade would stay in effect until a comprehensive deal is struck with Iran, including on its nuclear program. This stance came shortly after Trump initially welcomed Iran's announcement, quickly clarifying that the blockade is integral to ongoing pressure for a new agreement. Iranian officials view the U.S. blockade as a breach of a recent ceasefire. These developments unfold amidst a fragile 10-day truce between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon, which U.S. mediators hope will pave the way for broader peace talks between the U.S. and Iran. Oil prices experienced a decline on hopes for a resolution. Casualties from the prolonged conflict in the region have been substantial, impacting Iran, Lebanon, Israel, Gulf Arab states, and U.S. service members. UPI reports that the U.S. Supreme Court on Friday unanimously ruled in favor of Chevron in a long-standing legal battle concerning damage to wetlands in Louisiana. The case dates back to World War II, stemming from alleged environmental harm caused by Chevron's corporate predecessors while refining aviation gas for the federal government. The AWZition sends the federal lawsuit back to a lower court, a move that could significantly impact a previous $745 million state court ruling against Chevron for wetlands restoration. Additionally, this ruling may set a precedent for other similar cases currently pending against fossil fuel companies across the United States. Louisiana parishes, with state backing, initially brought the case, arguing that the companies failed to obtain proper permits and did not adhere to prudent industry practices during their wartime operations. Chevron had contended that the state court lacked jurisdiction given their work was conducted under federal government auspices. NTD News reports that Hong Kong's West Kowloon Magistrates Courts sentenced 61-year-old Falun Gong practitioner Chong Wai-man to 1 year in prison on April 14th. He was found guilty of publishing 53 Facebook posts with seditious intention under the city's 2024 National Security Law, Article 23. The posts criticized the Chinese Communist regime and its forced organ harvesting, an issue an independent tribunal concluded in 2019 has occurred on a significant scale, with Falun Gong practitioners as primary victims. Chong argued he was exercising his freedom of speech to raise awareness of the CCP's wrongdoings. The U.S. State Department noted the ongoing efforts by Beijing and Hong Kong authorities to silence critics and curtail basic freedoms through these security laws, which critics say are turning the former British colony into a mainland Chinese city. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.